Talk to the student athletes. That's it. We'll start right here in the front, in the middle, and then we'll move over to Bob, and we'll move around.
Al Jerkins, Channel 2 in Tulsa. Mike, did you get an explanation on the pass interference call? And if so, did it meet your satisfaction in that regard?
They said 26 interfered, so I didn't really get an explanation.
On the outside right, front row.
Bob Berry, KFOR, Oklahoma City, NBC. Mike, what about, question I asked Clint, what were you seeing from your offense for the first almost 3 full quarters that was, kind of stale, where they were only held to 7 points, and then they finally found a groove?
We made some adjustments at halftime, and that helped us as the game went on. Missouri has been good up front and defended our running game, and then until we made those adjustments. And we missed some throws early in the game. Clint will tell you, we had 2 or 3 throws that would have gotten us down the field. I think one time we had a throw out there to Josh Stewart. If pretty much catches it, he's going to score. So you miss a few throws, and when you're playing a team as good as they are, there's just not much room for error. And both teams had 3 turnovers. Obviously, they got the big turnover at the end and scored. But for the most part, it came down to the kicking game. We missed a fairly easy field goal, and at that time, the game would have been tied either way. You can look at it, but so turnovers were somewhat equal, and then they won the kicking game by hitting their field goals. One time they hit a long one, I think a 47-yarder, and we missed a short one. So those things add up in close games when you're playing teams ranked as high as they are. There's not much room for error.
Outside right.
Mike, Wendell Barnhouse, BigTallSports.com. I know you said you didn't get an explanation. You asked us what we saw. I was just curious what you saw on the pass interference.
I didn't see it. I just saw 2 guys competing for the ball. So it's really hard for me unless I see the replay of what happened. Both the receiver and the defender have a right to the football. And they said that our guy interfered with him, so obviously I have to go with that.
Questions for Coach? On the front, right here. Ladies, up here on the front.
Martin Rickman, Sports Illustrated. Coach, what did you see out of Matty Mock for Missouri, and did you guys prepare for him playing with the game plan?
Where are you from?
I'm from Sports Illustrated, sir.
Sweet. It's awesome. Make sure you document this so you have all your research and your background. We were prepared for both quarterbacks.
We got a question on the aisle about halfway back. Somebody move quickly so we can keep this moving. Thank you.
I thought that was a joke.
Coach Charlie Hanneman, News on 6 in Tulsa. What was your view of that fumble at the end of the game there? Could you take us through that play? Clinton talked about it a little bit, but from your vantage point.
Yeah, it looked like I was watching downfield the receivers. It looked like we got beat at the right tackle spot, and he, tomahawked the ball from behind.
Got a question on the outside left.
Coach Jemerick from KOMU TV in Columbia, Missouri. My keeping time is not my strong suit, but I had the game at 4 hours and 12 minutes long. Is there any reason a college game that doesn't go into overtime should last more than 4 hours?
Instant replay. I mean, that's what caused it, right? There was how many reviews? 4, 5, and I'm going to guess that pushes it over the 4-hour limit. And there's a lot of forward passes in this game. 40 for them and 57 for us. So there's a lot of passes, but I think your instant replay pushes the game, and there's timeouts. A lot of timeouts in a game like this, people have to pay. Obviously they're paying the bills, so I think there's a lot of timeouts.
Does that hurt your momentum? Does it hurt the other team's momentum?
It's the same for both. It's like they said about the layoff. It's the same for both teams. I think all of us would probably like the games to move along faster, but the networks put a lot of time and effort, and that's where the money comes from, and it's probably not ever going to change. But I don't think that really factors into the game.
Got a question on the front right?
Mike, when you look back now through 13 games, you finished 10-3. Do you feel like you are a better football team than your record indicates?
You know, at times, Junior, I think that when I look at some of the tape and kind of did some research and studying, you know, at times it looked like we overachieved, and then at times we were really good. That's a really hard question. You know, I would say that we have a high round pick on our team, and then we'll have some guys that'll probably get into a camp. So if you go, you know, if you try to evaluate it from that standpoint, guys played well. And, you know, I said it earlier, it doesn't make any difference, but, you know, we played a team that won the Sugar Bowl and a team that won 12 games and basically almost the last play of the game. So we got a lot out of them. We just need to find a way to finish. We had our chance to make plays in both games, and we need to find a way to finish those games, and we'll push hard in the offseason.
Final question for Coach on the left side against the wall.
Coach George Reba, WFA Dallas. What do you think of this place as a opening spot for the national championship game next year? And having been here this year, does it provide any motivation to try to get your team back next year?
I don't think there's any question that they know how to put on a show at this facility. I've not been to any other NFL games. I was here this week with the Cowboys and Eagles, and then obviously tonight. And I just don't know if there's a better facility out there, and that puts on a show and is accommodating to the football, to the game. It's very impressive, and I think that whoever made the decision made a good decision to give these people the opportunity to have that national championship game.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much, and
Thank you.
congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.